Hello, TJ here once again. Welcome back to the Imaginary Gallery. Today's question is, do we live in a psychopathic society? Well, what do we mean by this? Well, let's just take a look at things. First off, we can talk about a government. A government's basically ruling our lives, and the government forces us to put our children in school to educate them information, including science, which over the years we learned some of the facts we learned back then are no longer facts anymore. Stories change. But the also government doesn't tax the churches, which spread the word of God to get people to be compliant potentially, and so they get along. But let's think about this government entity. What if the power it has fell into the wrong hands? What if the whole thing's a corrupt mess? Because think about it. If you own a house or you own a car, well, the government's getting a fortune off of it, not only when you bought it, but every single year afterwards. Also, they get money out of every dollar you spend, every dollar that you also earn. So they're getting it double in two ways. And just imagine if you could just have a dollar out of every person, well, just a dollar, any small amount, out of billions of people, that's a fortune. And it's funny how you sometimes hear governments say, oh, we need more, we need to raise taxes, we need to get funds for this and that. It was the opinion of one of my professors in college who said something interesting one day. He said, the problem isn't that the government doesn't have enough money, it's that they have way too much. They don't know what to do with it. They're probably spending it on all kinds of non-governmental things. But if we thought about this evil society with its government, we can think of ourselves as sheep that just comply, and imagine if there were a bunch of evil people behind it all just to get rich and fame, or rich in fortunes. And it seems like we're basically just forced to accept that's just the way it is since birth. We just sometimes don't even question, oh, you have to pay a tax when you buy a house. Oh, you have to pay taxes when you buy this. It's just part of it. Someone's getting rich off of these taxes. But also, if someone does suspect something wrong, it's very psychopathic in nature, where it's almost like you're dealing with a psychopath who's abusing you in private, but nice guy to everybody else. And when you step forward and say, I don't think this person's very nice, they're going to say, oh, phooey. Just like people will say if you bring up conspiracies, as if there's no such thing in this world. And I imagine with human beings, the way they are naturally, they're very selfish, and we socialize them to be more selfless and to be caring of other people. But some people believe that they're entitled to more than everyone else, and I'm wondering if it's not in the government. I'm anxious to know your thoughts. What do you think? Do we have a great government that's out there to help us, or is it secretly a wolf in sheep's clothing?